Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jeremy and welcome to The Progressive Life. So last time we talked about salvation, what it is, who it was for, and how it would benefit you if you receive salvation. So today we're going to be talking about the next step after you receive salvation, and it's called justification. Why it's important and what would it do if you had it. So justification, biblically speaking, is the act of making someone right with God. 2 Corinthians 5:21 says, "For God made Christ, who never sinned, to be an offering for our sin, so that we could be made right with God through Christ." So in other words, God made Christ a sacrifice for us. Though he never sinned, he became sin for us. So in other words, when we receive Christ into our lives, we have been justified. But you may be thinking, does justified actually appear in the Bible? Romans 8:30 says, "Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he justified. And whom he justified, he glorified." So this says that no matter what we did, the choices that we made, the decisions that we've made, the hurts, the letdowns, and everything else in the past has now been justified through Christ Jesus and his death. So I would like to try to paint this picture for you of being justified. So let's say that you're in a courtroom and you go before the judge, and the judge starts reading your record. And as he's reading, he says to you, there's nothing here that says you deserve to be sentenced. So you start thinking to yourself, I know that's not true because I've done some things in my life that says I should be guilty. I should receive some kind of penance for the things that I've done. But this is the same way that God looks at us. Once we receive salvation, he has our record in his hands and he says there's no reason to hold you guilty. I just want to leave you with this. Romans 3:22-26 says, "Even the righteousness of God, which is by faith of Jesus Christ unto all and upon all them that believe, for there is no difference. For all have sinned and have come short of the glory of God, being justified freely by his grace through redemption that is in Jesus Christ, whom God has set forth to be a propitiation or sacrifice through faith in his blood, to declare his righteousness for remission of sins that are past through forbearance of God." Meaning that when you believe in God, there's nothing that can hold you guilty to the things that you've done before. His blood has cleansed you. His blood has freed you from all the guilt in life. So I just want to encourage somebody today that's been struggling with this thing. If you feel God calling you to salvation, to become his own, I just want to encourage you to receive salvation and be justified through the free gift of Christ through his blood. So now that you know that you have been justified through Jesus Christ, the next step is actually called sanctification. And that's what we're going to be talking about the next time on The Progressive Life, sanctification and what it's all about. And as always, I just want you to know, be progressive.